today I'm exploring a free tool that I recently came across. I stumbled onto a demo of this new tool and it got me curious. So I wanted to try it for myself and see what it actually can do. So the tool is called Pencil. It's a vibe design tool that turns prompts from an AI assistant into real visual designs right in front of your eyes. And you can edit everything just like you would in Figma. It supports UI components, full UI kits, and CSS variables, and right now it's completely free to use. The main idea behind Pencil is simple. You design right where you code. Instead of switching between design files and development, everything lives in the same place. Your design canvas can sit directly inside your IDE like VS Code or Cursor, or you can use it as a standalone desktop app. So whether you're coding or designing, you don't have to jump between different tools. So let's dive in and see what it can do. So as I mentioned earlier, Pencil is currently completely free. So that makes it a really good opportunity to test it without committing to anything. So according to the pricing page, they may introduce paid plans in the future, but for now, you can download it and explore everything at no cost. If you're not sure how to prompt or where to start, there's also the prompt gallery page that you can visit. It gives you example prompts you can copy and paste directly into Pencil. You'll see different types of projects, dashboards, websites, mobile apps. So it helps you understand how to structure your own prompts when generating a new design or enhancing an existing one. There's also full documentation available. You'll find guides for getting started, explanation of core concepts like how pen files work, how design and code stay in sync, how components and variables are handled, and how to extend the tool further. So if you want to go deeper later, everything is already documented. And when you're ready to try it for yourself, just head to the downloads page. You have two main options. You can install the Pencil desktop app, which runs as a standalone application, or you can install the Pencil extension inside your IDE, like VS Code or Cursor, so you can design directly where you code. So just select the setup that fits the best your workflow. When you first open the application, you'll need to activate Pencil. You just need to enter a valid email address and paste in the activation code. It takes a minute and then you're in. Right away, you'll see a welcome page with a few demos you can try. Even just looking at those examples gives you a quick idea of what the tool is capable of. On the top right corner, there's a button called Agents and MCP. If you click on it, you can set up your AI agent. The good thing is, if you already have a paid subscription with Anthropic or OpenAI, you can sign in using the same credential. A small window pops up and walks you through the connection. Since I already have the Codex app installed on my laptop, it automatically connected to my OpenAI subscription. So for me, that step was very straightforward. You can do the same with Claude Code, or if you prefer, you also have the option to connect using your API keys. Once everything is connected, you can create a new file, and by default, you'll see your mainframe in the center and the chat box at the bottom left. Because everything was set up correctly, I can see that the latest OpenAI model, GPT 5.3 Codex, is already selected. So let's start simple. I'm going to use one of the pre-made examples and ask it to create a dark, bold website for a coffee shop in Prague. Inside the chat window, you can actually see the process behind the prompt. It's interesting because you're not just seeing the result, you can also see how the tool is working behind the scenes. So very quickly, you'll notice an arrow appear on the canvas. That arrow represents one of the agents. So in this case, it's called Hex. And you can see the design being generated in real time. So this is the first iteration, and honestly, for a simple prompt without a lot of detail, it's already a solid starting point. Now I want to refine it. So I'll enter another prompt like enhance the hero section, make the headline more cinematic and expressive, improve the hierarchy between the kicker, headline, and subtext, and refine the spacing so the hero feels more premium and intentional. What I like about this tool is the visual experience while the AI is working. You can see section being selected and the arrow points to the exact area that's been updated. It makes the whole process feel transparent and interactive. There's also a lightning icon that controls how many agents are working in parallel. So let's test it. I'm going to increase it to 2 and paste 2 more prompts. First one to strengthen the brand identity across the page, and a second one to add a new section between signature pores and the story section. Now you can see 2 agents running at the same time. One is Flare, shown with a yellow arrow, and the other is Orchid, shown in purple. So instead of waiting for one change at a time, you can have multiple agents improving different parts of your design simultaneously. If you imagine scaling that up, it can make the design process much faster. Still working on the same design, let's push it a little further. This time I'm going to run 3 agents at the same time. First prompt, add a visit us section. Second prompt, refine the signature pour section. And third prompt, improve the final call to action section. But I just noticed that I also want to enhance the footer, so I'm going to increase it to 4 agents. Now let's see what happens when all 4 prompts run at the same time. You can literally watch the layout being updated in parallel. Each agent focuses on a different part of the page. It's very visual, very clear, and it makes the whole AI design process feel more interactive. The maximum number of agents you can run is 6, so depending on how complex your prompts are, you can scale it up and let multiple agents handle different tasks simultaneously. So for this first layout, I'm already pretty satisfied for an initial experiment. So I'm going to ask the agent to do a final polish across the entire page, just to make sure spacing is consistent, typography is aligned, and everything feels production ready. What makes this experience different is the way you can actually see the work happening. It's not just a loading spinner or a static preview. You see exactly which section is being modified and how the layout evolves in real time. And the design themselves are surprisingly solid. They don't feel overly generic. And with more detailed prompt and refinement, I'm pretty sure you can really push the quality much further. Now, let's try something bigger. Instead of just refining one page, I'm going to ask it to generate 4 pages. Menu, story, visit, and book a table. And once again, you can see agents being assigned to each page. They're all being created at the same time. So instead of designing page by page, you're building an entire small website in parallel. Once the first iteration of those 4 pages is done, I can simply ask for a final polish across all of them, just to ensure consistency in spacing, typography, and overall structure. The more you experiment with it, the more you realize how fast the workflow becomes. Once you understand how to structure your prompts and how to use multiple agents, the design process feels much more fluid. So our first design is done. Now let's try another feature that most AI tools offer, image to HTML. Start by creating a new file, click on the plus icon at the top left corner, and then you can just attach any image of your choice. For this example, I found a layout on Dribbble created by Imran Hassan. I'll upload that image and prompt Pencil to recreate the layout. After the first iteration, it's actually pretty accurate, but there's still room for improvement. But overall, it captures the structure quite well. So I ask it to do a final polish to refine spacing and alignment. It's not perfect, but it shows that the image to HTML feature works inside Pencil. For the next test, I want to try something slightly different. I'm going to create a new file and upload one of my existing HTML file that I have previously built. Then I'll prompt Pencil to redesign that HTML code. As you can see, the result is quite different from my original layout. I think that's because I asked it to redesign the HTML file, not recreate it. So let's try again. This time I'll prompt it to create a new page and recreate the HTML layout more faithfully. Even then, the first iteration still misses some of the overall structure. It kept the same subject and reused parts of the content like the bottom section, but it doesn't fully match the original design. So as you can see, this is my original layout and only two sections were closed. The hero section especially didn't match. If you're curious, the design I just showed you was created by me using a tool called Aura. It's an AI-powered design platform that generates extremely high quality layouts, and everything is built directly in HTML. So when you land on the home page, you immediately see recently featured and trending layouts from the community. So let's explore a few that are trending right now. This one, for example, is very futuristic. Strong hero image, beautiful image effects, and the most impressive part, it doesn't have that obvious AI generated look that you can see from other AI tools. Here's another one, beautifully structured, very clean, premium spacing. Now here's where it gets very interesting. If you have a pro subscription and you like a design, you can simply click remix. That means you instantly get the exact same code and structure, and then you adapt it to your own brand, style, or theme. Aura integrates the latest models for UI generation, including Gemini 3.1, which in my opinion is currently one of the best models for UI design. You can reference existing component templates, use structured design prompts, upload images and convert them to HTML, even import directly from Figma. And you also have a component library with over 2,400 components. Everything from hero section, cards, buttons, layout blocks, basically everything you need to craft a standout layout. There's also an image library with nearly 30,000 images. So instead of using the same generic Unsplash placeholder everyone uses, you can add more creative, distinctive visual right away. So let me show you 4 amazing templates built with the latest model, Gemini 3.1. So look at the quality. Honestly, if I didn't know, I would never guess these were AI generated. And that's the power of Aura. When you combine the right model with the right workflow, you can craft very premium layouts. So if you're getting started with AI design, I strongly recommend you trying it. And if you're interested, I do have a discount for both monthly and annual subscription. Just reach out to me directly on my LinkedIn account. All right, so now let's continue with the Pencil app overview. Now let's try another test. Open a new file and I will select the pre-made prompt, design a luxury web app for managing barbershop client. The first iteration is pretty solid. From here, I can apply a preset style from the built-in library. These presets are useful if you want to quickly change the visual direction of your layout without rewriting the entire prompt. Since the Pencil interface looks very similar to Figma, if you're already familiar with that workflow, manual edits will feel natural. You can change font, spacing, alignment, and if you like a specific change, you can simply prompt it to apply that change everywhere and it will update very quickly. You can also replace image easily. Just click on an image and import your own file. If you try to replace an Unsplash image using a direct hosted link, but for some reason it didn't work with my image, so you can just download that image locally and import it manually instead. So this was a quick overview of Pencil and some of the features that makes it different. And once your layout is finalized, it's also easy to turn it into code, whether that's HTML or even a React project. One important note though, even if I connect Pencil to my OpenAI subscription with a Plus plan like I did, you can still hit a read limit when using codecs. So if you want higher limits or more usage, you may need a higher tier plan like the Pro plan. So just keep that in mind if you plan to use it heavily. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a thumbs up and I'll see you on the next video.